Hey everybody. I finished the run without spending any money because I don't have any money. But not to spend on this. Um, these are just pallets nailed together, and this is what I had that leftover fencing. And they was kind of skittish at first. Today they didn't come out, but now they come on out. Made a little door at the bottom there. So it's chicken size. I don't think a raccoon could fit through that door, but these are mostly bantam chickens. I think this one's a regular size one, that brown one there. I think these are bantams. This one's abused. She got a problem with her leg. I don't think she's gonna make it. And I think these are 3 roosters. I think I got 4 roosters. So I have to get rid of some of these roosters. So I got 2 healthy girls or 1 healthy bantam girl. So I got a lot of roosters. So either way, regardless of this hodgepodge bunch, um, this is officially a decent coop. And even though I can't walk in here because it takes a lot of work to make a walkable space for me, it's not for me. I can still open the door easily and get in here and clean it out. There's not a lot of space. There's a lot of space for them though. So I'm still going to add one more piece of wood across here to reinforce this to make sure no predators can pull their way past this, which I don't think they could, but just to make sure when that door is closed. Uh, but this is something I started on, and I finally finished it. Because I built this thing a while ago, but it didn't have a run. It's kind of, they need to be out, be able to get out like they are now, out in the sun, and have this ground to scratch at, peck at. So this is just now just as viable a coop as that one, which just seems like it's bigger, but it's about the same space for the chickens as far as they're concerned. Except they don't have, they could probably get up there and roost a little bit, which I wouldn't advise. I think they smart. They're gonna, I'm pretty sure they're gonna stay roosting where they've been roosting, which is inside. So regardless of these guys, this is another viable little coop, and that should be it for the coops for now. They're all built, they're all viable. Uh, I still got to put a, I still need to put a, what do you call it? A nesting area in there so they can get in there. Lay at. Well, he sure tried to come up here, huh? That was an amazing feat. I think he thought he could fit through there. If they's a little bit smaller, he probably would have got through there. He might have been coming at me. But I don't think they fit through there. They're too big. And this little as he is, man, these little fuckers are loud still. They're just growing up. Yeah. I was hoping that one of these are chickens, but I'm starting to think that all 3 of these black ones are roosters. I don't know. Yeah. I know those 3 are chickens. Those 3 are hens. I'm gonna have to put some of these guys in the freezer though. So who wants some tiny chicken? Yeah, it's time for me to stay in the herd. I like that one the best. The speckled one. So that's the update. I didn't do anything today. It's Sabbath. I ain't supposed to do nothing. But that's what I got done. After I'm gonna post a update on my heater. Um, I had to put rivets on my gaskets, stop it from smoking, and yeah. Join me, as I always say. Um, I'm going for a place that you know, my people, you know, can we can. You can't live totally free anywhere because we don't have our own country, but we can have some of our own food. Um, Basically, I don't like the terms they use. They make these terms off grid, but they're real terms because it's some of these grids that they kind of keep you locked down, and you think you need this stuff. Where even if you didn't have the internet and YouTube, the technology is in your mind, and I've learned that from working on some of the technologies myself. Like I do stuff on purposely, do it innately, just to see what I come up with, and then I'll go study. And I've found, and I'm not boasting or I'm not trying to sound weird or nothing, but I've found that some of my innate projects turn out to be real science. You just got to be willing to put it out there. The Lord said, "You His good gold and His battle axe." That gold is it's in you. The the technology is in your brain. You just got to bring it out. So you think you need all this stuff that they're giving you when it's really the dragon. It's been feeding the lady, the woman, and it's feeding you. It's just to keep you weak and enslaved. So, um, join me. Whether you do it where you at or you literally come join me. Help me build um, our homesteads wherever we at. Because whether we moving around or here or there, no matter what country you're in, we the nation of Israel, and we God's good gold. If you know you God's good gold, you don't need the other nations. If you know what I'm talking about, fine. If you think I'm just talking crazy, you don't understand. Maybe it'll sink in later. But um, these guys are exploring and doing a lot. That's good. I'm glad they finally can get out. Maybe you know, I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. My first go at a furnace without any much instruction, I found out from studying was it's not even furnace. I call it a burn pit. And I think I made a video explaining about the progression of what a burn pit could be, a chamber, and the different stuff that you can do with fire or burning. Um, and what I just called a simple vent tube, I discovered was um, one of the one of the um, necessary principles of what they call a rocket stove, which I love rocket stoves. And I discovered that my little vent tube made my fires burn efficiently, and it always burnt everything I put in the burn chamber or in my fire tunnel down to complete ash. It was always complete burn. There's never anything left in there just under that tube, but complete ash. And I got good use of ash. And yeah, I found out that's one of the, from my studies, that's one of the principles behind the rocket stove, which is people using all over the world. So I'm just saying that to say that a lot of this technology is in you. You know, if you get time to slow down and think and do some things and meditate on some stuff, you'd be amazed at what you come up with. And there's nothing new under this sun. Let's let you know that. So you're not coming up with nothing new. You're just bringing up, you know, basic theories and facts. That's it. But yeah, join me, man. Whether you come here or you do it where you at. Oh yeah, let's do it, man. Let's work it out. Because a lot of these what do they call it, utilities and stuff like that. There's so many ways around it. There's so much stuff you can do on your own, and it gets you free from these systems that really force you into slavery, working mediocre jobs. Um, you trading your time for to pay for stuff that you create for yourself, a better system, and you don't need it, including the food. You can raise some of your own food, or if not all your own food. You can create your own utilities for your basic living needs, and then you can educate your own children. Then what you left with is you don't need these slaveries that they got set up for you. So I think that's my expression of coming out of her and getting ready for what's coming. Because that's what prophecy is, foretell what's to come. So, you know, if you dream and you wake up and shit happens, you're a dreamer. And that's it for my babbling and my talking on. But I'm glad to see these chickens out here finally, because they didn't come out the other day. It was raining. And I don't think this little girl's going to make it. I mean, I should get rid of these other roosters, but these roosters are fine roosters, man. These itty bitty birds. I'm going back and forth. Maybe on purpose. Throw off the algorithms. But yeah. Join me. Let's work together. Let's work together. But this is the run. I'm gonna post my video of my I think all of these are roosters, man. The one that flew up here was a cocky little bird. I don't know if he flew at me or if he flew trying to get out. But you gotta love chicken. And I know black folks love chicken. I know y'all love chicken. You gotta love them. I know you, because you eat too much of it. How can you not love these little birds, man? The little ones, the big ones, the turkeys. My next project, or what I gotta finish, is I gotta put an access door on the back of that coop. And but this is finally finished, which is great, because I ran so many extra projects, including that heater. I said I need to do this, and I kept putting it off, but there it is. And yeah, I used just wood posts. They're not even wood posts. Those are some of the trees I cut. I debarked them and scrapped and spare stuff, because why not? You know, it's a chicken coop. It's not the presidential suite. And I ain't spend no money. But I finished the run. Didn't spend any money. So I finished the run, and they got about, what is this? It's about 4 feet across. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, they got like a 1, 2, 3, 4 by 5 run. It's predator proof. This is pretty strong. Put both of these in with these are like hook nails, the chicken wire. I think I've used the last. I'm about out of those. One thing I got left to do, like I said, is put a post from this. I'm gonna run post from this pallet to that pallet, or nail it across right under here on the door, and attach a few spikes or nails to that to make sure that no predator can come in here and pull this open and sneak in there. And even if he do, I don't think he probably won't be able to fit through that door. So yeah, once I do that, this thing will be solid. I don't think they do that because that's take a lot of strength. They got to be standing on this and pull it up, and then yeah, they strong, but they ain't that strong. But you know, raccoons are amazing. That's it. I'll post my other video, like I said, about my update on that heater. I'm gonna put a door on that so I can access the eggs without opening up that thing. And eventually, that's not a door, that's like a temporary fix. I'm gonna put a door on there, just like this door here. This is just a door that was inside the house. It's quite a few doors in there. This door was laying around, and it works. So it's easy access for me. That I got to take the whole 2x4 up. It's like almost like a, I don't know what that is. And I got to pick up that whole 4x8 piece of plywood, just pick it up over my head just to go in there to get a couple of eggs. That's kind of ridiculous. So I got to put a door on that, and yeah, then that'll be easy access. I'm gonna do it the same way I did it here, and put a access door in the back, like this one. This is just a, a hinge. I cut this and put a hinge on there. I'm putting a door like this, which is my only access to this right now here. That's the water. Put a door right there in the back of that so I can get those eggs. They lay their eggs like they're supposed to in the thing. And I also got to put a nesting box here, and I'll probably add a couple of nesting boxes to the run up front, improve. Which I see that they like the buckets. The buckets are easy fix without using a lot of wood. It's a good use for a bucket. You either just leave the bucket and don't nest in it, or you can cut the bottom of it. And either way, I'm gonna add some nesting boxes here, a couple more nesting boxes up front, and that'll be it. I think all my coops will be complete, and I can just focus on moving the chickens or putting the right amount of chickens in there so I can get optimum with some egg laying. So get all I need right now as far as eggs, but I have to be optimal. Optimal for me means more than what I need, enough for me and strangers, and maybe we can sell some. So that's it. I'm out. I wish I could share some of the stuff I've been studying today, this morning. I'm always studying, whether it's on YouTube or reading some book. Hopefully I'll share whatever I learn with the youth and the next generation, or my generation, and practice it and do it and make it worth something. I mean, what good is to know something if you don't use it? It's Don't just be a library. Be a living thing. Put things to use. So, who's that? Uh-oh. I knew it. Yeah. No, that's. How are these roosters in here, man? I only got 3 chickens. That's what happens when you get there. These were the cheap birds. Um, they were on sale. This is a leftover bird. It's the hodgepodge leftover bunch. So, yeah, I wish I could share some of the stuff that I learned. Another video, another time. It is wintertime. It's cold. It's raining. It's just raining. It ain't snowing. Um, I gotta feed the chickens before I head doing my slavery. But this is what I was talking about. This is my burn tube, and I just kind of did this. I wouldn't say innately. It's just what I did. I was just like, I'm gonna add some air to it, and I just buried a tube. It's just PVC pipe. I covered it with a brick, so the fire wouldn't get to it, the entrance, it wouldn't get clogged up. And I found out that that's one of the key components to a rocket stove. And I was talking about this was probably a year ago when I was back here, and I was talking about this. I was talking about you could add forced air to the system. Um, you could add fuel to the system. If you're trying to make glass or metals or even fire clay and different stuff, making charcoal. Um, yeah, and yeah, I did this kind of just freestyling. I'm like, yeah, let me do that, and I was playing with different modes of fire, and that's what I came up with. And like I said, you find out that some of these things that come in your head are they're not you so used to thinking that you got to learn everything from what you should learn, but you thinking you're afraid of going out and being without the book or the internet. And what I'm telling you is, if they put you out in the wilderness, man, you'll create some stuff. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's already in your head. It's there. You know what I'm saying? It's there. If you got quiet time to sit and meditate, be peaceful. Um, there's a voice in your head. There's a few voices in your head. If you listen to them, man, they give you some wisdom. And sometimes your own thoughts are accurate. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's been my experience. That's why sometimes I like to go, I'll build something to spec, and then I like to go build freestyle. I enjoy building freestyle um, to see what I come up with. And then sometimes I go back and compare the two, and I've found that my freestyle sometimes come up to spec or what they call code, and sometimes they surpass it. Your freestyle may surpass it. And that's what these people don't want you out here doing, man. They don't want you out here freestyling, surpassing their spec. That's why they don't want to let you go. They don't want to set you free. They definitely ain't trying to give you no land because they're afraid of Wakanda. The Wakanda ain't no place, man. You the Wakanda. They put the shit in the movies, but they always put it backwards in a spin double flip, 180 degrees. Like everything in this world is backwards. The Wakanda is in your brain. It's there. That's all I'm gonna say. But I've done that as my own experiment, and this is my conclusion: that sometimes your specs are is good. Your freestyling is good as some of the specs that come out from the best of scientists and the best textbooks and the best videos you watch, whatever media you want to take it in. The reality is, it's in your head. It's in your head. It's in your brain, man. It's there. It's just to keep you distracted. They got to keep you abused, suffering, traumatized, docile, drugged up. You know what I'm saying? The gold is in your brain, baby. Remember that. That's it. And this is a good example of it. I did this freestyling. Wasn't even thinking about it. Just did it. And when my study with stoves that I've come to under the pressure of needing a stove, needing an oven, um, sick of being cold, and study, I've been a fan of rocket stoves. I found out that this is one of the main components. And then it's this stuff that goes all different kind of ways. But this is one of the main components. So is that air tube coming in at the bottom of the fire. And that's what I did. You can't see it. I can tell you it's here. There's a tube under here. No forced air, just sucks air and it brings it to the underneath the fire. Fuse it. With a rocket stove, that's one of the key components. And then it takes the fire and turns it up. The fire burns at a 90-degree angle, and it's that convecture, that curve. It's just one part of a turbulent storm. It's just one turn, gets it hot enough when it burns all the fuel, and you burn a little bit of fuel, and it burns efficiency. But this bottom tube is one of the key components to that. The bottom tube and the turn of the fire, and then get it hot. Once you get it hot, with that, it got that air, which is another fuel. Bam. And I just did this shit willy-nilly. So if left alone, man, you'll come up with all the wonderful shit. And I'm not gonna go on about how all of the different technologies, whatever the different things you do for life, connect as technologies, and you can come up with a lot of great things if you left to do it. And you got to do it. And smoking weed ain't gonna get it. And being drunk ain't gonna get it. You just gotta have some time to work and some time to meditate and think. That's why the Lord gave you a day off, take a break. Sometimes I found that when you take a break and you come back to a problem, you got the solution. Sometimes you gotta take a break, you gotta take a little rest. That's it. Done with my little lecture, my mini series. We gotta feed these birds, and they're definitely gonna eat what's in there growing. Yeah, feed these birds and get ready to go to my slavery. So I'm out. I'm glad this is done. I got this done. Didn't get done by itself. And I'll show you the gasket. I post these together. The gasket of my stove. So you can see the full project. For me, sometimes just seeing it, if I see it, I can sometimes deconstruct it myself. I'm sure a lot of y'all out there like that. Excuse the mess. But I'll show the video of me posting where I put these rivets on here to hold this gasket on there, which again is it works, because at first this was glued on, but just 3 rivets, and these rivets are pretty permanent, and it's just a little something to hold it in place. That one is that back one is held on by the bolts that's holding this door on. Then these two ones here got rivets. So there's a gasket here, gasket there. And if I showed you that, I don't need to show you the video, but I'll post the video. That's it. That's the update. Shalom, everybody. Keep working. Join me. Plant something. Do something. Build something. Grow something. That's how you're going to come out of her. You can't come out of her if you still sucking on his tit. You know, you feel you eating from the dragon. I tell you in the Bible that the dragon feeds the woman. The woman is the nation of Israel. It's not feeding you because it loves you. It's feeding you. It's giving you a gift to make you weak. The Bible says a gift makes the heart weak. As long as you keep receiving gifts, I mean, you never do nothing for yourself. And who cares how poor you are? You're poor, let me tell you, man. You trying to compete with these other nations. You are the poorest nation on the planet. I tell you in the Bible, I know of your poverty, yet you are rich. Like it's like a riddle. Like to most people, what do you mean? You know I'm poor, but you know I'm rich. And God tell you that. So you try to take all of these gifts from the other nations, this credit, um, these fake money, these false promises, these lies, and these jobs, these positions. You try to take these gifts and make yourself feel not poor. No, you're poor. Embrace your poverty. You know what I'm saying? Accept the fact that you are the Jew. The Jew, you the wandering Jew. You the nation of Israel. And the tribe of Judah is the poorest tribe of the nation of Israel. We the only ones that don't have land. All the other tribes got land. So you the wandering Jew. So embrace that. If you embrace that poverty, you can receive your riches. I hope you get what I'm saying. Embrace your poverty. That's the only way you're gonna get your riches. That's why the Bible for a lot of people is it's like a riddle. It's a mystery. It's a mystery to the people that it's not for. But for the people it's for, it's not. It's wisdom. So one man's junk is another man's gold. So it say, I know you are poor. I know of your poverty, yet you are rich. And that just throws a lot of people off, man. And the Bible is always what they call manifold. It's got a multitude of meanings, all connected into one thing. And I'm telling you right now, you got to embrace some of that poverty that you have. I ain't sure I haven't combed my hair. You got to embrace some of that poverty that you have to stop trying to get the gift of the dragon or the serpent. You got to accept that. That's like growing your natural hair out. You're going to accept it. People say, oh, what you doing? It's my hair. And say, no, you need the weave or you need this. No, you don't. No, this is my hair. And once you accept that, then you'll see its beauty. So you got to embrace the poverty. You got to let go of the credit. Let go of... I stopped using gas the other day. I wasn't using it, but I turned it off. Because I discovered that I got other ways to do stuff. I don't need the gas. So let go of the credit. Let go of the utilities. You know, pay them what's theirs. And embrace your poverty. And then you can receive your riches. Because your riches, when you comprehend how this works, and you're not narrow-minded and not short-viewed, and you understand how life works, it's in the Bible, how life everlasting works, then you'll start discerning how this works, and then you can start building up your riches in heaven with instead of focusing on the trinkets that are here. And you do that by accepting your poverty and accepting your punishment to get through it. I mean, I can go on and on and on. I'm trying to get to a point. I've made several points, but I know you understand. If you understand, if you don't, I can't help you. But in this basis, what I'm talking about here is you accept your poverty, right? You suffer a little bit, and that's the only way you're going to get to the other side to receive the riches that the Lord got to you. Because the riches that the Lord got for you is not in this world. And I'm not talking about, you going to some fake place called heaven. The kingdom of heaven is coming here. The riches that he's got for you is wisdom, which makes you rich. You on this planet, but it's not this world. The world is like, not the planet, but these organizations and communities and stuff. So if you let that go, you can receive your riches. And I just showed you some of the riches is right here in your head, man. All you got to do is, be willing to suffer a little bit to let it come out. I hope I'm making sense. I'm gonna post this. So, um, yeah, I know your poverty, but you're rich. See, I know of your poverty. I understand it, but you're rich. That's deep. It's not a riddle to me, but it's a riddle to a lot of people. But you gotta let go of that credit. You gotta let go of those bills. You gotta let go of some of those utilities. I'm gonna get that cat. There's a cat over there. You gotta let go of some of these mindsets and all these holidays and all this stuff, fake religion, and some kind of way you got to come out of her. But guess what? You're not gonna. That's the battle. It's hard to wrap your mind around it. They say, but you still there. You still in America. Her is bigger than America, homie. I mean, it's all over the world. You got to know, but the United Nations. You pick a nation, man. It's part of her. It's some people fighting against it, and that rightful. Even some heathens fighting against it. But that ain't your battle. Your battle is to come out of her. Your battle is to be who you are, deal with your identity, and separate yourself and stay separate. That's our role on the planet. That's what the word holy means. It's separate. So, yeah, think about it. I don't think that's it. This is going on 40 minutes. All right, everybody. I'm out of here. Shalom, man. I know of your poverty, but you are rich. You got more than one lifetime, so you got to build every lifetime. And not just chicken coops. You got to fight the spiritual battles too. You got to repent from some of the stuff. Once you realize it's a sin, you got to stop doing it. Hard to do. It's my struggle too. So, all right. That's enough. I'm out, man. I know I look rough, man. It's wintertime. The sun is all the way, it's 3 o'clock and the sun's all the way over here. Sun rolling low, man. It's slow in this road. It comes up quick. I can't wait till it get back up here, man. Where it's coming on across, riding high. Sun rolling low. It's December. Even though I'm down all the way in the south, but it get cold down here a little bit. It's been raining, which you need to rain. Yeah, I wish I can go on and on and share what you talk with you. I hope what I said makes sense. If you listen this long, you're amazing. So let's work. Let's get to work. There go my compost pile. Let me feed these birds before they get pissed off and eat each other. I'm out. Shalom.